Good morning, everyone. Today we will talk about a high quality feedback. So you've remembered, yeah, that for today you've done your presentation. So we will discuss it and we will start with the following agenda. First of all, leading discussion, then negative criticism and constructive feedback, high quality feedback, the principles, structures, transforming negative criticism into constructive feedback, and we will practice at giving feedbacks to yourself. So, first of all, let's check your presentations. So here it is. If I say that all the presentations are good, will it be really a feedback and is it a constructive? What do you think? Actually, no, it's not a feedback at all. It's just my opinion. It might be true, but still, it's not what you're waiting for. Why is feedback important? We were talking about you as communication. Yeah, what is successful communication? When you do something and you get the reaction to it. This reaction is called feedback. So the same, you spend time, your energy, ideas, creativity to make this project and presentation. So if I just not comment them, what for we're doing it, yeah? So this is called feedback, and let's start with the first one. Daniel Kowalski, let's open his presentation. So we will look through it. I'll comment it and present as you can't. And as for assessment, yeah, how should we understand either it's good or not? Because just saying is not a way out. I suggest use the following criteria to all the presentation. First of all, it's content. What is your presentation about? Is it the same as I asked you? Is it according to the topic? If yes, good. No, so something went wrong. If we're talking about the language, that is the second criteria. So this is your vocabulary and grammar. Third point, it's visual presentation, how you used some pictures, yeah, maybe bold colors and the rest. Organization, either it's comfortable to read, is it logic or not, and creativity. So let's start with the first one. Ways to relieve stress. Learn to say no. Not all stresses are within your control, but some are. Take control over the parts of your life that you can change and are causing your stress. One way to do this may be to say no more often. This is especially true if you find yourself talking on more than you handle, as judging many responsibilities can leave you feeling overwhelmed. Being selective about what you take on and saying no things that will unnecessarily add to your load can reduce your stress levels. This is the first point, and the second, avoid procrastination. Another way to take control of your stress is to stay on top of your priorities and stop procrastination. Procrastination can lead you to act reactively, leaving you scrambling to catch up. This can cause stress, which negatively affects your health and sleep quality. Get in the habits of making a to-do list organized by priority. Give yourself realistic deadlines and work way down the list. Work on the things that need to get done today and give yourself chunks of uninterrupted time. And switching between tasks or multitasking can be stressful itself. So, if we are talking about the content, when we say ways to relieve stress, that's what we do. When we say no, yes, it helps us to release stress and avoid procrastination. So sometimes when you're stressful, you might want to procrastinate, yeah, doing nothing. And how can you avoid procrastination and relieve stress? So it's according to the topic, but it's not a kind of a tip. So here it's quite controversial. As for the language, vocabulary is perfect here. It's according to the level and everything is good. As for grammar, also correct. Then visual presentation. Here we might see pictures as well as the way how it's organized with the main topic and 2 points. Great. And it's in the aims of creativity, it's okay. Everything is good. So this is how we can assess the presentation, and definitely when we just say either it's good or not for giving a constructive feedback, we need also mention ways to improvement, areas, what can we do more. So for example, here we might make the text shorter, but it's not obligatory. Here it looks nice. And also be careful with the content, yeah? Either it's according to the topic, all ideas, or not all. Good. So if you have any comments or questions, also type them in chat and I'll answer them and comment your presentation as well. Next one, Doris Dasha. Let's open this one. So here you might see 3 tips to relieve stress. The first one, use writing techniques to relieve stress. I offer expressive writing, write it freely about your stress and reasons. Try to describe everything as clearly as possible. Put your deepest thoughts and feeling on paper. I feel better when I write my emotions and experiences. This also works if you have an issue. Maybe this technique will be used for you, so try it. The technique is really widely used, and I think it might help us. Second, music. Turn on your favorite song and start dance or sing. Forget about problems, just enjoy the moment. Yep. And third, try something new or something that you've never dared to do. You will distract and have a good time. After all, trying something new is always cool, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. As for the content, here everything is according to the topic and suits very well. Language, vocabulary, good. Grammar, experience, emotions and experience. And that you have never dared to do. As for the rest, it's good. Next one, visual presentation with pictures and it looks appealing to us. Very well. Then organization, yes, organized strictly, and a way of creative project. Agree. Thank you for this presentation, Dasha. Next one. How to reduce stress. And one more thing, yeah, if we are talking about ways of improvement, please add your name and surname. Otherwise, it would be a little bit complicated. So this presentation is done by Alexeyenko. Daniil. How to reduce stress. Way to relax. So first one is music. Actually, best way for me to relax is music. It helps me to reduce stress, or if you want to concentrate on something, if you can listen some lo-fi music. If you want to relax, there are also the link even given. So 300 hip hop music to relax. Okay, good. So with visual and even trying it yourself, it's an awesome way to present it. And third, The second and the last is sleep, because when you sleep, you forget all the irritated things and wake up with a new mood. It also helps you to concentrate when you sleep enough. So as for the content, yes, the ideas are presented, yeah, and it's according to the topic. With music and sleep, it's really important. As for the language and vocabulary, nice, no questions. As for grammar, yeah, it's okay when you type it like a message to a friend, why not? So, but if it's like a kind of official presentation, be careful with it because it might be treated as a mistake. So just a way of organizing help you as well. Good visual presentation. We might see interesting pictures here added, organized as well. So maybe you can make the text a little bit bigger as for organization. It would be easier to read, but it's up to you. Okay, and as well, it's your own way of expressing your creativity. Thank you so much. Let's move forward to Sophia's presentation. So here might see several slides. Yeah, let's look at like this. I'm not sure either you can see my screen. Just a second. Okay, let's look like this. So we had the topic, yeah, how to relieve stress. The first point is you can go for a walk alone or with friends, or for example, walk your dog. Yeah, second, also you can take your earphones and listen lovely songs and music. And third, something about me. Personally, I go roller skater if I need to relieve stress. This is good that you include your personal way of relieving stress. Next one. As for the content, everything as it should be. You've mentioned all the activities and they suit the topic. The language, everything is fine. Visual presentation as well, you include some pictures, good. Then organization. So it looks just because we haven't opened it fully, but in general, it's organized quite vivid, good. And the way of creativity suits here to the level. Thank you so much. And next one, let's open this. So this is done by the Suvorov Peter, ways to relieve stress or some calming activities. So here you might see the beautiful background with the castle. Let's read about it. Drawing. This activity is simple and you need only a sheet of paper and tool for writing, pen, pencil, or rather. You can draw that you want, but for best effect, I draw difficult buildings, some castles or cathedrals. It is really mesmerizing. Good. So this is drawing the first point, then listening to music. This activity helps you concentrate and be calmer, but while you're listening music, your brain lost part of thinking power. So I listen music before test, not during the test. That's about my music preference. For me, this is rock, but only you can find best music for yourself. And this third point, do some simple work. Simple work, it's a work that's so simple for brain that your brain can chill. Everyone have Everyone has something work like that. Okay, for example, cleaning house, working with a dog, training in a gym. For me, this is doing homework for either subject. I mean for literature or history or training in gym. So the content is perfect here, as well as the visual presentation. Next one, organization. It's organized well, and also creative way of presenting. As for the vocabulary, yeah, and grammar, you've used good vocabulary units, yeah, it's mesmerizing, and the rest. So the only thing, yeah, with grammar that was here, everyone is singular. Thank you so much. And we have some more presentations. Alexander. So this is the topic, solving math problems as an anti-stress exercise. Why not? And the text, yeah. A lot of people hate math. For them, it's a stressful and complicated thing that no one can understand. For me, math is completely opposite. For me, it's a thing that makes me relaxed, calm, and happy. It cleans up the brain and reloads it. When I'm solving mathematics problem, I'm also getting rid of negative emotions and negative stress. Especially, it's satisfying when you've solved a really hard problem. So the content is really perfect here, I think, because you've used what you really like and presented it in a proper way in details. As for the language, vocabulary good, especially it satisfying, not satisfy, or it satisfies me, something like this. The rest is okay. Visual presentation. So I don't know why it's happened, yeah, but it's 5 pages. Some of them are blank. So next time, try to maybe cut out these pages, yeah, that you don't need at the beginning and here as well. As for some visual, yeah, you might add pictures or maybe some examples, yeah, of mathematics task and the rest. Good, it seems to me we've discussed everything here. Let's move forward. And one more. So this one is done by Sophia, yeah? Okay, good. So this is the picture that I gave you. Maybe the task wasn't completely clear or I haven't got the idea. Maybe if you present it somehow, it would be much better because I don't know what to tell about it. Study me, so maybe you copied it somehow wrong, I don't know. Enjoy your summertime, yeah, definitely enjoy it, but it's not about the presentation, yeah, the topics that we've discussed earlier. So next time, add some more ideas according to the topic, maybe in the same way with pictures, with the text, but structure it, not just copy it, and try to use something creative, yeah, maybe your own pictures. Okay. So are there any questions with the presentation that is done? So thank you so much for your active participation and sending me. It was a pleasure to read them. And next time you will have a similar kind of project and also an opportunity to win the prize. Now we will turn back, yeah, to the negative criticism and constructive feedback. First of all, we need to compare what it is, negative criticism or still feedback. And then we'll find out what I gave to you. The first one. Look at the negative criticism and compare it. What is difference? You were speaking so quietly and unclearly that people ask you to repeat all the time. Were you unprepared or what? So imagine that a teacher comments your presentation in such a way. So do you like it? Definitely not. So this is called criticism. If we want to get a feedback, it might sound in the following way. Your project presentation went successfully. Here is what especially great. First, materials were visualized very well. Second, the information was interesting and up to date. Third, people were interested in your office. Next time, try to speak more clearly and loudly. Anyway, today you did a good job. So this is about constructive feedback. I think the difference is clear, yeah? Let's discuss, have you ever been criticized? Who criticized you and why? How did you feel? Why? So try to recollect the time when you were criticized by someone. What was it? For example, I remember when I was studying at university, we've made a project, of defending something, and we've decided as a group, but no one told about it, that they won't do the task. I did it, and definitely I was criticized by my group mates for completing it because they got bad mark and I got good mark. So definitely they were dissatisfied with my action, but no one told me that I shouldn't do it. So how I felt? Definitely I was disappointed because I did the task and the group was maybe insulted. And how might this situation, that conflict, be solved? So what was the real problem and who is guilty here? Is there a point to say that I was wrong or someone was wrong? No, because this situation happened and it's a fact. So the only thing what we can talk about, it's what should we do in the future. So as a result, it might be discussed together, either we all do it or not to do, or just for everyone to prepare their home tasks. So what is the difference between negative criticism and constructive feedback? Constructive feedback, it's when you give your advice to someone, and you also should know the area, the sphere, what you really advise, not just saying something that doesn't suit here. So I want to see in the comments, have you been criticized and who criticized you? What happened? So maybe it was at school, when you made some projects. Were you criticized or you always got your feedback at the best way? Okay, while you are commented it, I'll tell you a little bit more about feedback and criticism. So the first one, focus on the problem in the past. What was wrong was bad. So when someone tells you that you've made that wrong and that wrong, so you already made it. It doesn't matter. But when they tell you what should you do next time better, that is important and valuable for you because you can improve it. Next one, focus on the reasons of failure and focus on the ways to succeed. So when you try to analyze why you failed, what happened, and who is guilty, there is no point in it. What is best way to learn? So this is what's important here. How can you learn from this situation? And what should you do next? And next one, focus on limitation and focus on opportunities. What you shouldn't do and what you should do. If you focus on what you shouldn't do, for example, a teacher told you, do not use these pictures. Okay, you know that you can't use them, but what should you do instead of it? No one knows. Yeah, that is the problem. And when we are focused on the opportunities, for example, use some ideas, and you've got what ideas you should use. Use the pictures that are more colorful. Okay, you know that you need bright pictures. So when you get the definite areas what to do, it's better for you to improve and have a better presentation next time. So as for your commented, when I had a literature lesson, we needed to make a project and teacher criticized it, but students said that project is really good. Yeah, so this is situation, yeah, is unpleasant, but students, yeah, and your group mates supported you in it. So at least someone, that is nice. But as for teacher criticism, maybe it was wrong. She should explain why and what should you do next. I was never criticized at school. That is good for you, Sophia. And how do you react in general to criticism, positive or negative? Next one. Yes, teachers are often criticized. In this situation, I feel bad and I start to think that something will not work out for me. So that is about low motivation as well. Yeah, when we criticize, what for do we do it? Usually people want you to improve, but it doesn't work because you think, okay, I'm bad at this, and I don't want to do anything because it just doesn't work. So that is the point, that we should avoid criticism and also not to give it to others. At school, some teachers criticize my project or my opinions to something. So criticizing opinions might be wrong in general because each person deserves to have their own opinions and it might not coincide with teachers or maybe classmates. So here only some recommendations might be given. So thank you for your comments. Let's move forward. I'm really happy for those who are not criticized because people who haven't been criticized, they might be more successful in life, yeah, and confident. They know that everything will be better and successful. So I wish you the same. Now let's look at high quality feedback, principle and structure. The first tip is your feedback should be concrete and specific. Why is it so? Say precisely what the other people is doing wrong. For example, your presentation is 3 pages long. You need to reduce this to 2 pages. So, and in such way you will know, okay, I just need to make 2 pages, not 3. Or vice versa. Your presentation is short, yeah, you need to add more pages. So it's not a problem. Okay, I'll add more, I can do it. But you need to be specific when you give your feedback. Otherwise, if your words are vague and abstract, it will make the person angry because the person is not told how they can change these things. Next point, it's be informative and practical. When you say something like, you did it wrong, it's neither informative nor practical, and it doesn't show any specific area of improvement. So it's the same as I mentioned, yeah, you did your presentation good. Okay, you did, but what is it? Can you improve something? No, just from this feedback, you can't develop yourself. Next, third point, make it a feedback, not an opinion. For example, when you're saying something, I didn't like it, or as for me, I think it's not a good idea. You're talking about yourself and you're giving your opinion, not a feedback. And your opinion, as we've mentioned before, might differ. So don't say, I don't like your shoes. You can say, for example, you're wearing not the best shoes today. The way we use our words can really have an impact on people, especially when we are given our feedback. And that is why it is important to use correct language when you're giving your feedback. So imagine I'll tell someone, you're very confident when I've just seen them presented. So is it a good way? So confident, yeah, it's a positive verb. I just want to please a person. But this person might think, firstly, well, who the hell are you to tell me who am I? I'm not confident at all. And I was really shy while presented. So that's what you feel personally. And for example, when you comment or giving feedback and it's not true, a person might be insulted as well because you're lying. It's not good. So it would already be better to distinguish between fact and opinion that you say. For example, I think you are very confident. The other person will recognize that at least it's your opinion. So he feels in another way, but you think like this. Why not? And it still can be effective and constructive feedback if you separate the facts from the opinion. So you need to focus on behavior or performance and not on what you think about the person itself or his personality. So if you want to give a good feedback, please use your language well and properly. So also I've got some of your comments. I do not react because while people are criticizing me, I'll continue my work. Good. So ignoring here is also a good way to improving yourself because you know that this feedback or this criticism is not important to you. And Evelina also mentioned, and when you do something for a long time and teachers start to criticize your work like, oh, it's so bad, I start to think why I should do this and waste my time for this lesson if teachers say me that it's so bad. Yeah, definitely. You just lose your motivation and no desire to work harder and better. Agree. So let's move forward to number 4. Talk about actions, not personality. Yeah, that's what I've already mentioned. Helpful feedback talks about actions and say what people are doing rather than what they are. So saying you dance really artistically instead of you are fantastic. Or don't blame or label people. For example, when you see a person, yeah, you might know all about him or she. So it's not all people are the same. You need to be more personal, more specific about each of them. Say, for example, I felt angry when you split the tea instead of you are a clumsy idiot. So that's not about the person that he can't just be careful. It's about you that you don't like when something went wrong. So that is the way. Next one, talk in the past. Use past tenses when possible. It's a little positive trick. When you speak in the past, it means that your comments are directed not to a person now, but to a person in the past. So, but you should also be careful with it. For example, if you say, your previous project wasn't good, so it's not a positive feedback. But if you say that, this project is much better than the previous one, I adore it. So this is positive feedback that you've really started hard and you achieved the goal. You made a perfect or good presentation or whatever it is. So, but also comparison with the previous one. Why not? Next one, talk immediately. High quality feedback is always given immediately, not hours or days later when neither of you can remember what happened. For example, you are at school, yeah, you've done the task, but there wasn't any answers, and you don't know either it's right, either it's not. And just in a week, teacher gave you the answer. You look at it, and you just even can't understand what the task was. Where should I found, and what the answers to? So it's not suitable, and it wasn't immediate. It wasn't fast as you've done it. That is why all the feedback should be just after you completed or did something. Other way, it's not valuable. If your feedback is delayed, it's not helpful anymore since the time is given. So the same as your friend asked you for advice, yeah, and you told, okay, sorry, I'm busy, and just in 3 days you remembered, oh, she asked me something, I will answer. Yes, you will, but it means that this person might not need it anymore. So what for? Better to answer immediately. But I'm not talking about the messages that you've got with some, crazy questions or something else you don't want to answer at all, and you just should stop doing all the activities and answer this question. No, only when this person is important to you and you know that you can really help. Next one, make it positive. So first, talk about what was good and successful, then offer what can be improved. There are three main things: the order of information you give, the absence of negativity. So, for example, this was good and that was bad. Instead, you say that was great and that can become greater, better. Yeah. So here you do not say anything negative. One more thing, there are three words that you are not recommended to use. Avoid the word should. Saying should or should have can have a psychological effect on a listener that is similar to how they feel if they were being punished. So when all time, you should do your home task, you should go for a walk, you should do and the rest. So definitely it doesn't help. On a subconscious level, it can be a mistaken for a comparison to some standards, that we think that it is right. Although we may have the best of intention regarding its uses, so you might really try to give recommendation uses this word, but a person might be insulted. The word should is found to be limited and deconstructive in some way. So you may use it, but just be careful, not all the time saying other people what they should do. Next two words are but and however. Usually we use it, when teachers even say, you did a good job, but your grammar is not good. So this but, when you hear it, you understand that grammar is bad. You don't worry about all the good points. You just concentrated on this negative effect. You did everything perfectly, however, again, you concentrated on the things that will go after, however, but not on the good points. That is why it's better not to use it. This might be as a trick, partially, because these words seem harmless to people and might have negative effect. The truth is, it wouldn't matter how positive or constructive what you've said if the person speaking can forget all the things that you've told before and concentrated only on this negative. So, for example, I really like what you did here, but this seems to me really solid piece of work, however. So it seems to me like you're waiting to say this negative point and not really appreciate the positive side. And how can you change it? What can you say instead of this but and however? I really like what you did here, and I think you are on the right track. Why not you try adding this, or why don't you try counting with this as well? So you just suggest your opinion, but not criticize. So, and one more, it's make a sandwich. When we start with a nice thing to say, then mention area of improvement, and finally cover it with more positive thing. One more important thing is check the understanding of what you've done. When you give feedback or get feedback, you should be clear that a person understands what is going on. For example, if I give you a feedback on improving grammar level or improving vocabulary, just way of organization, I should be, it's better for me to make sure, that it makes sense to you. So I might ask you, does this all make sense to you? So is it important for you now to do it? Do you have any other questions or anything to add? So you might understand it, no other questions, but maybe you want to add some more points, some ideas that came to your mind. And the third question, are you seeing some new possibilities for how you can move forward? So often you don't need the feedback from others because you can analyze on your own and have your own outlooks, ideas, how to create this or that kind of task better. Now I suggest you to practice a little bit, transforming negative criticism into constructive feedback. Here you might see the sentences. Let's start with the first one. Your essay is bad. So please tell me, what phrase would you like to hear from a teacher, instead of your essay is bad? This is definitely a criticism. How can you rebuild and make it like constructive feedback? I'll show you all the points here that we will discuss, and I want you to comment it in chat, and then we will read. So the first one, your essay is bad. How can you change it? What can you use? Example, in your essay, your strong points are, and you tell them your weak points are. So weak points, definitely it's something you should work on. What else? Are there any other options how to say it? With number 2, I don't like your new haircut. So this is personal opinion, and maybe a person even doesn't ask you about it. So Yava commented, your essay is good, but you have some mistakes. Yes, but in this sentence you use the word but, So what might a person concentrate it on, the mistake or on good points? How can you use it without but? I think you can make it better, definitely. You have done your essay not very good. Possible. Okay, but in this case, I think you may use, instead of not very good, some word or adjective that will mean normal, quite good, okay, not perfect, without this particle, not. It had to be done a little differently. Okay, Karina, I like the constructions that you used here. It's passive, it had to be done, awesome. A little differently, okay. And also it is important, to use in what kind differently. Add more information, not only differently, but differently in what way? In grammar, in vocabulary, in structure, and the rest. Yours hair cute, interesting haircut, maybe. But it would be better if. Also agree when you recommend how to do it. Donna, good. Let's move to the third one. You are always late. So if in the second we're talking that our opinion is not important, In the third way, we can vice versa use our personal opinion, not just insult the person. You are always late. We can say, today you are just in time. That's good of you. Maybe I'm happy that I haven't waited for you so long. Karina commented, it's cool, but not my type of hairstyle. Yeah, agree. This essay isn't bad, but you have good potential. You studies quickly. So here, Daniel, you controverse 2 points. It isn't bad, but you have good potential. So you can say it's bad, but you have good potential. But you can't say it isn't, because no logic in it. You studies quickly. Yeah, that's really positive feedback. Agree. I think it had to be a bit. Good. Try to come a bit earlier. Yeah, next time, why not? For me, your new haircut is not so good as previous. Also with comparison, yes, good, Ruslan. Next one. Number 4. You failed your math test again. Are you stupid or what? So definitely it's not the best way of saying how can we correct it. Are there any ideas? So definitely when someone fails the test, it doesn't mean that they are stupid or something else. Today you're a little bit sleepy. You failed your math test again. Maybe you need help. Yeah, Evelina, that is what I was thinking about. You can say either, how can I help you with it? Let's do it together. Next time you will succeed in it, and the rest. Good. You failed your math test. Maybe you have some problems. I can help you if you need. You're so helpful. That's nice. Next one. I didn't like the soup. You're not the best cook. So definitely all the tastes differ. Yeah, someone might like salty soup, others might like soup without meat, just with vegetables. So it depends. So, but can we say that you're not the best cook? What is wrong with this sentence? Maybe in this way, it also depends on the situation. But if you don't want to insult a person, you might say, sorry, I don't like onion in the soup. Yeah, I won't add it. Or maybe I need more salt. Can you give it to me? But it's only your personal preferences. Okay, Ruslan commented, third, you come earlier than always. Yeah, just to prize a person. You failed your math test again. Try to think more about difficult questions. So to practice a little bit more, agree. If you have problems with math, maybe, let me know. I can help you pull up this subject. Agree. Do you have problems? You can ask me what you don't understand. I'll help you. Great. So what about the soup, number 5? I know another way of cooking this soup and I can teach you to cook it. Yes, good. I think your soup is good. Sorry, I need more vegetables. Your new haircut is really unusual. It is hard to get used to it. So I think this is perfect comment because it doesn't mean that it's bad. Yeah, I like it. Daniela, good job. Next one. You forgot about our meeting. You're so irresponsible. Evelina commented, I didn't like the soup. We can schedule a meeting and I will help you cook better. The soup will be better than in a restaurant. Great. Today it's not your day. Possible? Why not? I think you need more practices. In math, yeah, it suits here. Agree. Okay, number 6, yeah? You forgot about our meeting, you're so irresponsible. Try to add more, meet next time, possible. So if we're talking when someone forgot about meeting, usually it's because he or she wasn't interested in it. We can't forget about something if we're excited. So, for example, when I want to go to a meeting with someone or it's just a holiday, yeah, I know that I want it so much, I can set an alarm and wake up even without it, knowing that I need to rush, I need to prepare my suitcase and the rest. So it's impossible to forget when your parents say, we are going to a holiday, yeah, to some country. Definitely you won't forget about it. You will ask your parents when will we get? And this is the same here. It's not about you're so irresponsible, it wasn't interesting. You can recommend, for example, let's do something cool next time when we meet. Or it's a pity that I couldn't see you that day. I wanted to communicate with you. I had a lot of ideas and things to tell you. Okay, some more comments. If you have had other affairs, just let us know next time. Possible. Yes, because sometimes people might be just busy or have something that is more important for them. Can you please give me a salad? I'm on diet. Yeah, if you don't like, you may not eat it. Yeah, with soup. Okay, also there was a sentence with salad, number 7. Yeah, Ruslan commented 5. Can you please give me a salad? I'm on diet. So it also suits with the 7. The salad you made was good, but the meat wasn't. So if you don't like it, you just ask for the perfect salad and not eat the meat. Number 5, your cooking skills are getting better. The soup is good, but I need more salt. Yeah, so you just ask what you need, and if it's possible to make the dish better with salt or pepper, why not? Just ask for it, it's easy. Try to set a reminder if you don't remember about the meeting. Yeah, this might be as a recommendation for some official meetings, yeah, when you need to go to school, university, or something like this for giving the presentation. Reminder is always best idea. You aren't in time today. What happened? Does this time okay for you? Are you not busy? Yeah, good. So because we are saying you aren't in time today, it's not insulting. Yeah, it's quite just constant in a fact, and you ask for the reason what happened. Good. Next one. Salad you've made was good, but I don't want to eat meat today. Possible. Your salad is quite good, but I'm a vegetarian. Yeah, you can say that you're a vegetarian, but not if in real life you are not. For example, a person knows that you adore eating steaks at the restaurant, yeah, and here he or she prepared meal. Sorry, I'm a vegetarian today, so it might be a little bit strange. Another time, set a reminder out of your meeting. Reminder of our meeting. Great. Try to make your calendar of unusual events. It will help you. Yeah, here is a kind of recommendation. Food was really good, but this kind of roast of meat is not really for me. Yeah, agree. So you can comment on different ways, yeah, how to cook meat, either it's fully cooked, roast meat, half roast, and the rest. Make your salad more vegetarian, okay? So you meat salad without meat, yeah? Possible. Or add more vegetables or some specific, add more tomatoes here as given the recommendation. But here in the sentence, it was mentioned that salad is good. So they're two different dishes. Salad good, meat isn't. Your math test is failed. Don't you need help? Maybe do you need help? Then you are in number 4. Do you need help with math test? I can give you different advice and teach you some skills. It is really good, but I don't admit, also possible. You have some mistakes, maybe it's because you have learned a new language for only 1 month. Okay, actually, if you learned any language for only 1 month, that definitely mistakes. It's impossible to be perfect just on the first sight. Even studying it for a long period of time, we make mistake. We make mistake with our first language, native language. So it's obvious and it's not a problem. You should be ashamed of it. The idea of the text is good, but some sentences need to use a different grammar. Grammar tenses, Karina. Not just different grammar, but tenses if we're talking about it. Or grammar constructions, to be more specific. There are some grammar mistakes in your sentences. I want to help you, but I don't have much time, so I can give advice to the beautiful blogger who can explain this topic. So here it's possible, but might be controversial, because when people say, I want to help you, and do not help in real. So it might be, okay, you don't want it, you're just saying it. Here I can give advice with blogger, that is good. So for example, you may avoid saying, I don't have much time. So I want you to help and recommend you the beautiful blogger who can explain this topic. I think it's in this way it would be better. Soup is really nourishing. I can't eat all. Number 5. I don't like this. So this might be insulting a little bit. Maybe. So it depends on the kind of person. I don't know why, because when I was a kid, my parents never made me eat the whole dish. I just left the plate with half of it eaten, and it's okay. And just a week ago, when I went to my friend grandmother, it happens that she put a lot of food on a plate, and she just forced it everything, otherwise she will be insulted. So it was really difficult to work for the whole day after this nourishing meal. So it depends on the kind of person, but I think people who are older, they usually insult when you haven't eaten everything on the plate. They might think that it's not delicious or something else. Okay. Your English is good, but you have some grammar mistakes. I can help you with grammar if you want. Yes, Dana, possible. Your salad is good, but I cannot eat meat. I have so challenged today. Okay, you've lost a baseball game second time. Try to be more assembled. So this is, you've used the recommendation, but maybe not assembled, concentrated. When you use something to master in it, to concentrate, you can assemble people, like together, but for your thoughts, reaction, concentrate. The salad is great, but today I have a stomach, so I don't want to eat meat. Maybe you could maybe you counted unicorns while you were writing the test. So this is quite a funny sentence. There are some grammar mistakes. Okay, it's positive, I think. Why not? I like it. Good. And one more thing about the number 10. You've never do your homework, your final grade won't be nice. So definitely there are some reasons, when we don't do the home task. And first of all, we should find out what is the reason. And then maybe help with it. Is it difficult, or just try to recommend something? What do you think about number 10? There are some mistakes in sound, write words in translation, and you will know true spelling. Yeah, so this is good recommendation. Also, as for 8, yes, some grammar mistakes. You are quite knowledgeable, yeah, in the grammar rules, so it's possible that you can find and correct this mistake on your own, even without my help. Then one. Number 10, yeah, as I asked it. You may need to pay attention to your studies if you want to finish the last year well. Also pay attention to homework for better effect. Quite constructive feedback, agree. And try to play computer less often because you forget about your homework. Or try to divide equal time to your computer games and your home task. Good. Thank you for your active participation. Today we've discussed a lot of things, but I forgot to be present. Yeah. So be quick and make this quiz, and you will get the present. That is the last point for today. So you know how to do it. So the first person who sends me the answer will get the prize. Yeah, with 9, I agree. Try to practice it if it was this word. So guess this quiz and you might be free. Enjoy your summer. Okay. Blackboard. Anastasia was the first. Yeah, Karina second. Anastasia, today you are the winner. Yes, it's Blackboard. Sure. Good. Thank you for your participation. Yeah, and see you next time. If you have any question, type me and I'll answer. Bye-bye.